The first year I was in the miracle scene, and then the second year I was then Tabitha, the girl that was raised from the dead. And I've done a couple of the roles before, but I think Tabitha was one of my favorites when I was that age because it was such a fun opportunity to get to tell a different story.
I like the journey work days when you just work and set up the scenes. Well, last year I gave Dad and Mr. Charlie the nuts and washers to put on the screw in.
I just came to the church. I was looking for a church where I could serve because I had just retired from teaching school, and I was like, I'm not sitting down. I looked around and I was like, Lord, please help me. I've got to do something. And as soon as I walked in the door, they said, you're going to work. I'm like, let's do it.
I was always in the lighting. I helped Steve with running the scenes and stuff like that. So it was just mostly lighting, and then I did the 1 year of the acting, and that was fine. It's a lot more tedious because you're just sitting in that one place for hours and hours, and I guess you do the same thing when you're doing lighting, but nobody sees you.
I was actually in the 2 loaves and 2 fishes miracle scene where he turns them into like just a meal, you know, like for 5,000 people. And we had the little cool baskets where they flipped them and there was no bread at first, and then you flip it and there was bread. So I thought that was really cool.
One of the teachers can take you out and do the fish. It gets on the outside that you can sell fish.
I was like grateful for the opportunity, and it was a super wonderful experience because, I mean, think about it. You're reaching an entire community, and they get to hear the good news about Jesus. And if just one person showed up, I would have still showed up.
Journey Through Christmas has been probably one of the biggest growing experiences for my spiritual walk. The more I get involved in Journey Through Christmas, there's just this fulfillment that comes from being involved in something that's so much bigger than you.
My favorite is all the disciples in the room, in the upper room, when just Jesus magically appears.
I love to hear the response of the people in the audience whenever, wow, and the little kids, which I'm totally about little kids, and to hear their responses, because reaching children is so important. I just love listening to their responses out there. Ooh, ah, oh, and wow, it just tears me up.
Journey Through Christmas, it's like none other, because I always know when I'm walking to my scene and there's only a couple people out because it's time to get ready, and I know, and everybody's like, all right, God use you, and I'm like, God use you, and we always go, and I know that God's gonna take care of it, even if there's some sort of mishap that happens. I know that He's gonna get me through it. But to people that maybe are thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it, it doesn't take that much. Just let God use you, because you will be rewarded in so many ways.
It's telling a story.
A really important story. The true meaning of Christmas.
And I'm just grateful that for the first time in my life I've come to a church where I've seen the biggest majority of people in the church working towards serving in this church. I've never seen anything like it, which motivates me to want to serve more.
We make sure we want to give the right energy for the people, because it's about, even if one person accepts Him as their Savior, it's about that.
God is never going to give me something that I can't handle. And so if He has presented me with this opportunity to be a part of something that's big, then I can do it.